Hello everyone. In our previous video, we have discussed everything about EBS. So now we are going to discuss about EBS snapshots. What is a snapshot? And in the next, we will do the practical demonstration on the snapshot. So first come, what is snapshot? Before snapshot, I want to discuss some more point about the EBS. I want to add some point with the EBS. By default, you can have 5,000 EBS volume per AWS account. Keep it in mind these words. 5,000 EBS volumes per account by default. So this can be increased by service quota request. By sending the request to the Amazon, you can increase this quota. But by default is the 5,000 EBS per account. Okay. So as I have told you, default limit is 5,000. If you need to increase the limit, you can increase that by sending a request to Amazon. This is about the EBS, and we are going to discuss about the snapshot. You can have 10,000 snapshots by default. Maximum per account, there can be 10,000 snapshots. And EBS currently supports a maximum volume size of 64 terabyte. So these are some points regarding EBS. Sometime can be in the interview point of view, and sometime in exam also you can have such a questions. What is the limit? By default, how many EBS volume you can attach? How many EBS volumes per account you can have? And one more thing perhaps not mentioned here. Yeah, per EC2, per EC2, you can have 28 volumes per EC2. You can have 28 volumes per EC2 you can attach maximum. That is also important. How many volumes you can attach? EBS volumes you can attach with EC2, that is a 28. Okay. So this is some more point that I have added here for the EBS. Now come to the snapshots. Backup. You can say how we can take the backup of your EBS volumes. You can backup the data on your Amazon EBS volumes by making point in time copy. Just like a snapshot. Means clicking a photograph. Exactly at that time when you click the photo, what is there? If you click a snapshot of a person, then how it look like when you click a picture of this person? Exactly same dress, same thing you will get. Exact replica of this will be the copy. Same thing, you can backup EBS volumes by making a point in time copy. Exactly click a photograph of that volume. You can say in simple language. That is known as the EBS snapshot. To keep the backup of that particular EBS volume. Point in time copy. A snapshot is an incremental backup. AWS is very smart. It not only keep the backup, also think about your costing, space. If every time it is going to take the backup, full backup, exact copy, then what happen? It take a lot of space and increase the cost for you. First time it will take the full backup, Suppose in this volume there are 4 blocks. So first time it will take the backup of all 4. Okay, first time. But after that, if there is some change comes here, so it only take the backup of that, not entire. Got the point? First time you take the snapshot, it will take the full backup. Once full backup is done, after that you take the incremental backup, which means that we save only the block on the volume that has been changed since the most recent snapshot. You have taken the back snapshot 2. After that, for the next snapshot time, there is some more changes. So it only take the change of this wall block, not entire. It only backup the volume that changed since last snapshot. So this minimize the time required to create the snapshot. Time will be less because rather than taking the backup of all the blocks, it only take the backup of this, less time, and also space the storage cost by not duplicating data again and again. First view, point in time copy of your volume. Always take the incremental backup. Very first time you take the backup, it will be a full backup. After that, it take the incremental backup. Only take the backup of the block changed since last recent snapshot. So this minimize time required and save the cost. So when it take the snapshot, it is your volume. When it take the snapshot 1, so it will save it in a S3 bucket. It will take the backup in S3 bucket. But you nothing about this, the where Amazon is saving it. You cannot access directly that particular S3. Just you can go to your EC2 console and check there. I have the backup, but where this backup, you don't know. So if you think I go to that particular S3 bucket and then I will check how many backups there, no, that is not possible. That is totally hidden. You cannot access that S3 directly. So naturally, snapshot is automatically replicated across all the availability zone in a region. It provides high availability, durability of the snapshot data and enables you to restore the volume in any availability zone in that region. Just to remind you, EBS volume was availability zone specific. The EC2 volume and EBS should be in the same availability zone. But whatever the snapshot you are taking, snapshot is region specific. And with the help of that EBS snapshot, you can create a volume or restore a volume in any availability zone, but within that region. Clear? Very basic difference. EBS is availability zone specific, but snapshot is region specific. You can create a new volume with the help of that snapshot in any availability zone within that region. Each snapshot means I had told you now it's a duplicate copy of that particular volume contain all the information that you need to restore the data from the moment when your snapshot was taken to a new volume. It have every info, whatever the was in the original EBS volume, it just take the everything from there and create a snapshot. But keep in mind one more thing that I want to add. So it's your EBS volume. Some working you are doing here, adding some data, writing some data, reading some data, doing some processing, whatever you are doing. As soon as you click create snapshot, it immediately start taking the snapshot. Whatever change you are doing after that click, it will not come there in the snapshot. As soon as you click create snapshot, it start creating. Whatever you are writing there, whatever you're doing there, it will not come into the backup. Got the point? If you keep writing some data there, it will not come there. After click create snapshot. So normally it is recommended. First, power off the EC2 or shut down EC2, stop EC2, okay, then take the snapshot. But if it's not possible in the production, no problem. You can take the snapshot, but it will only back up or take the snapshot till you click create snapshot. So when you create an EBS volume from a snapshot, the new snapshot begin an exact replica of the volume that you used to create a snapshot. So you have taken the snapshot here. If you create a volume from here, it will be the exact copy of this. It will be the exact copy of first EBS volume. Got the point? That I have already discussed. The first snapshot that you create from a volume is a full snapshot. It includes all the data block written to the volume at the time of creating the snapshot. It includes all the data blocks written to the volume at the time of creating the snapshot. As soon as you click create, up to that time, whatever the data available in the volume, same get. After that, you keep writing some data here, click and snapshot has been, it will not come there in the backup. It will not come there in the backup. So be very careful. Next time when you take the snapshot, that time this data will come. That time this data will come there. Subsequent snapshot of the same volume are incremental. Once the full snapshot, after that incremental snapshot. They include only changed and new data blocks written to the volume since last snapshot was created. I have already discussed that. In incremental snapshot, they include only the change and new data blocks written to the volume since the last snapshot was created. I think very simple to understand. You listen one or two times, everything will clear to you. Okay. One more add-on. The size of the full snaps is determined by the size of data being backed up, not by the size of source volume. Means suppose you have a 1 TB of volume. So don't think, so when you create a snapshot, it will be a 1 TB. No. And you have a 500 MB of data here. You have written 500 MB data here, or GB, sorry, 500 GB data here, whatever you have written. No, only the snapshot size will be according to data, not by the volume size. So clear? Whatever the data there in the source volume, that will be the size of backup, not the size of source volume. Similarly, the storage cost associated with the full snapshot is determined by the size of snapshot, not by the source volume. Same thing. Naturally, when this snapshot size is 500 GB, not 1 TB, naturally cost will be of 500 TB, 500 GB. For example, you create a snapshot of 200 gigs and EBS volume is 50 gigs. Volume size is 200 and data there is only 50 gig. So result in the full snapshot is that 50 gig in size, snapshot size is 50 GB and you are built for 50 gigs, not for 200 gigs. That is regarding the costing. Don't bother that I have the 200 gigs of EBS volume, so I have to pay for the snapshot of 200. No, only the data written there you have to pay. That is snapshot. So very simple. Nothing I'm going to show you. Just I log into my console. First quick preview. That is a little slow. Taking time. Okay, so I will going to log in as a root user. I'm going to log into my account. Next. Okay, so what is this? FCD75G. Aha. Oh, sorry. FCD75G. It should be right. Wrong. Check some another. TPZ. TP. Then change. Z. DC. Z24. Sign in. Sometimes it takes time. Make me confused. Okay. So as I've shown you in my last demonstration, we need to go to EC2. Instance. That is a little slow. That's why it's taking time. Instance. Right now you can check here in the Elastic Block Storage. In the EC2 console, we have to go to and volumes, EBS volume. We don't have any volume because we don't have any EC2 instant right now, and we don't have any snapshot also. Okay, no snapshot, no instant. So what I do, rather than taking much time, I will create a volume here. By default, when you create an EC2, you will get one volume here, but it will take much time to first create EC2 and show you. You can see here all we have discussed. General purpose, provisioned IOPS, cold STD, throughput optimized and magnetic standard. That we have discussed types of volume. So let it be GP3 size, no require for just give it 10 gigs. IOPS you can choose, throughput you can choose. We have mentioned everything in the theoretical concept. Here you can choose the availability zone. We are in the 1A. Create and create volume. Okay. So one volume is ready. But still there is no snapshot. To create snapshot, either you can take the volume or you can take the instance. I'm going to take volume right now. Volume ID you can see here the one volume because they are in the same availability zone. So click here. You can verify 88166. Just want to show you the volume. Here, look here. The volume ID is 88166. So when we go to the snapshots, create snapshot, volume or instance. Right now we don't have any instance, so we are not getting anything here. So volume, and I can create a snapshot of that. Either encryption, no info, I don't want to do any tag, create snapshot. First time it will take more time. Right now I'm in the demonstration or in the lab scenario, so we don't have any data there. It will take a few moments, few seconds, still in the pending state you can see here. It will take very less time, but when in the production, by depending on the data, it can take a lot of time. So don't bother much. It is still showing me pending. It will take some time. You can create snapshot according to that. Either you can take the snapshot of complete EC2. Maybe why? What is the difference EC2 and volume? Volumes means we are choosing a specific volume within an instance. But as I have told you, within a single instance there can be 28 EBS volumes. Or 10 or 15, how many you will test there. So when you take the backup of instance, it will take the backup of all the volumes. But when I'm choosing a specific volume, it will take the backup of single that particular volume there. What more you can do? Snapshot is ready. It's still pending. Look, it's empty. Still taking so much time. But when you are in the real production, completed. But when you are the real production, has a lot of data there. It can take much time. So I select that. Go to action. You can say create image from the snapshot. Create volume from the snapshot. You can copy duration calculator, you can delete the snapshot, mini tag, snapshot settings, okay, many snapshot logs, so many things there. Archiving, you can archive that snapshot to save the space. So we can create image, we can create a same volume that depend on my requirement. What I do, a volume, I'm going to delete this volume now. Go here, I delete that. I want to add some more points here. That's why I'm showing you that delete. We don't have any volume, but what we can do? We have a snapshot of that. Create volume. Same. Look here. It is showing me 10 because keep it in mind. When you create a volume, from a snapshot, like my original volume was 10, so minimum size should be 10. You can increase that size, no issue. If you say 15, no issue, it will accept. But if you say I want a 8 GB, if you say I want the size 8 GB, no, it will not accept. Can only be increased, not decrease. Got the point? The base volume from which we create the snapshot was of size 10 GB. So it is saying it cannot be decreased. You can increase. If I say 20 GB, it will accept. I say 15 GB, it will accept. If you say even equal 10 GB, it will accept. But if you say 9 GB, then it will not accept. Size can be increased but cannot be decreased, or can be of equal size of the target volume. Okay, let it be 10. IO, throughput, you can do anything, and even you can create in another availability zone and create volume. Now check the volume. Volume is back. Great. So hope everything is clear about the snapshots. One volume you have, one volume you already have. You take a snapshot of that, and from this snapshot you can create a volume again. Volume, volume, snapshot. Suppose this is of 10. Snapshot here. Then the target volume you are going to create, that cannot be less than this size. Can be more than this size, but cannot be less than this 10. When you don't need it, you can create the unnecessary snapshots. If you don't need it, you can delete that also, because it will consume the space. That's why we delete. And remember, when we go for the cost optimization, I will show you so many things there that it automatically, if any snapshot we are not using, any EBS volume we are not deleting, I will show a lot of lambda functions there. We can run automatically, it will delete unrequired snapshots there. One more thing that I want to add here, because I don't want to create an extra video for this, that is a lifecycle manager. What do you mean lifecycle manager? Automatically clear to by name. I click on the lifecycle manager. Custom policy or default policy, snapshot policies. You can choose AMI policies, cross account copy event policies. But right now we are for the EBS snapshot. Automation, you can say. It's not possible if you have the 100 or 10,000 or 5,000 EBS volume. It's not possible for me to go to each volume and take the backup, create the snapshot of that. So I want to automate that process. Automatically every night at 12 o'clock, every week at 12 o'clock, every month I want to take the snapshot. So automation, that is lifecycle policy. For each volume, enter any key, give any name, like name. I want to say database volume. I have given DB volume. Volume. I think about the IAM, nothing more I have to do. Policy status enable and next. So what do you do? Just have in description when you go next. Tag. For that it needs some tag there on that particular volume. I don't give that. Just give me a moment. Go to volume. I edit here tag DB. Okay. So go to lifecycle manager. Sorry. Next. Name. It's fetching. Yeah. Now it get the tag DB volume. DB volume. I am row leave it, and you can add more tag for that particular snapshot. What happened? Add. I don't forget to add that. DB volume. Okay. Next. Schedule name. DB snapshot. What name you want? What frequency do you want here? You want daily backup? You want weekly backup? You want monthly backup? You can create yearly backup. Okay. Daily every 1 hour, 2 hour, 8 hour, or 24 hour. Time exact 12. Retention time, that is important. How long I want to keep this backup? By age, you can say, okay, after 15 days I want to keep the backup. After 15 days, the older snapshot, more than the 15 day, delete that. Or you can say count. I want to keep my last 5 backups. Only 5 backups. Before that, delete the older backups and review policy and git policy. So now it will automated process. Now after every 24 hour at 12 o'clock, it automatically start taking the backup. That is the lifecycle manager. Schedules you can check here. Every 24 hour, 12 o'clock, maximum 5 will be retained. Will be less than or equal to 5. If something is more than 5 days older, delete it. So this regarding the life cycle policy. So this is maximum thing we have discussed about EBS snapshot. Hope everything is clear to you regarding the snapshot. We have done the practical demonstration of lifecycle management as well and shown you regarding the snapshot, how we take the snapshot, how we can manage the snapshots, everything we have discussed. Next video we'll do some amazing, a very interesting, totally practical demonstration. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please watch again and again, like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.